Hello, what is up? Welcome back. Today, we have seen Captain Chillies restaurant design, and as you can see, this guy's the #1 in the world, so there's a lot of people competing against him at the minute, and I have joined his server once, and I got to see some of his restaurant layout, and yeah, basically, I'm just going to show you how to build Captain Chillies restaurant design, and he's built it in a way so it actually kind of makes it so the game is sort of glitching a bit. I don't really know how to explain it. He's sort of made it so like the waiters go super quickly and stuff like that. You'll see what I mean when we get into the restaurant design, but this is like a really advanced method for people who are really far into the game. This is for people who are trying to get to like top 10. So if you're new to the game, then I mean you probably won't be able to afford like all of the stuff that you need to in order to make this strategy, but definitely still worth a watch because it is interesting to see. So this is his layout at the minute. Obviously this is just like the template of it. What he's done and what you should do if you want to build this as well is get these velvet curtain like things. Not even quite sure what they're called, but you want to get these in the shop and you want to get 4 just like that in front of the door, and then you want to go 1, 2, 3 and then 5. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 4 like that in front of the door, and then you want to get 3. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll get like an overview of it. So obviously we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we got 4 here and then 5 on there. So just copy that. I know I'm not very good at explaining, but you've got an overview of it there. And then what you want to do is you want to get carpet and you want to go 2 out, and then once you've done 2 out, then you want to go 2 out onto the side again, and then you want to go 1, 2, 3 extra, and then you want to go 2, and then you want to go 1. This will be the lining of where your customers will walk in and out. It will just make it easier for when you're placing other things. So yeah, make sure you've done that carpet design. It doesn't need to be blue, by the way. It can be any color. And then also this red block here, this is where the customers will be exiting. Yeah, so like I've said, he sort of found a way so that these velvet things here makes it glitch the customers so they actually can't get to the doorway, so they just exit on this block. And the way to find this block is you want to come to your door right here, and then you want to go 1, 2, 3, and then so you want to go 1, 2, 3, and then you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 3 this side, and then it is 4 up, and then yeah, bang. Then you want to place a red carpet there. The easy way you can figure out how to do that is just get tables and just place them. So you want to place 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we want to place a red or whatever carpet you've got, just like that. So you should have the velvet curtain thing set up like that, and then you got that one carpet there, and then you should have this trail. And then with the kitchen, okay, this is what you want to do. I'll actually destroy this so I can show you me building it. I want to break all of this. Obviously, if you can't afford the luxury stoves and things, you don't need to buy them. And it looks like, oh man, I hate this glitch. You gotta fix it to my restaurant, please. Look, now I have to reload my game. So let me reload my game because it's not actually giving me my items. Right, I'm back in the game and I should have my stuff now. Yep, here we go. So, your teleporter might be in this corner, but for some reason mine's glitched and it's like over here. I'm not quite sure why. But on the end of your carpet, you want to place 1, 2, 3, and then 4 stoves just like that. And make sure they're facing this way. And then what you want to do is you want to get 2 just like this. And then you want to face these stoves like there. So you want to face it going inwards on 2 of these just like that. And then you want to do that again. And then you want to spin them around and face them back in. And then for this final block here, you want to place a stove facing inwards. So all of your stoves should be facing to this block right there. So that is where your cooks are going to stand, in that little gap. So yeah, make sure that there's no stoves or anything in there. Then you want to get your dishwashers, and you can just face these forwards just like this. And then you want to get your order stands, and then yeah, you can just place 4 right here in the middle. So that's how you set up your kitchen. Now you might be thinking, what are you going to do with the rest of the restaurant? Whatever you have, I'm just going to use chairs. You need to fill this entire section out, and even some of it over here too, because you don't want your waiters or customers to sort of swerve in this area. You just want them to go exactly on this pathway to go to the teleporter. So what I'm going to do now is just make sure that I have every single block in this room that is not already been marked with something that makes it so the waiters don't just swerve off, because they really do. Okay, like if you don't have this stuff here, the waiters, they'll wander off over here, just I don't know, doing something. But if you make it so they can only go in that certain area, then they will work a lot faster, and it'll get you more money and more customers in the long run. So I'm going to place all of these down, and then I'll bring you back. Right, so I've just placed all of these chairs down. And also, one thing I forgot to mention, I have the bigger restaurant application, or whatever it's called, you know, in the passes. So your restaurant might be a tiny bit smaller if you're new to the game and don't have that add-on. So you can still do this, but it might just be slightly different. So yeah, just try and think of it as being 2 times smaller and add in the carpet and things. Right, so now that I've placed all of the chairs like that, as you can see, I've just filled up this entire space. You then just want to place chairs over here as well. Oh, okay, actually, I'm saying chairs, but it doesn't need to be chairs. It can be anything. It can be plants, just anything to fill that space, so that your waiters and cooks don't get in the way. So then you want to place all of this just like this, just fill up all of the space. Obviously you want to keep that red spot free, or whatever color carpet you've used, and just place them just like this, and just fill it all up, and then boom, you should be pretty much done. Let me place a chair there as well. And what you can do, if you've got a tip jar, you can place it right there, right in front, because this red carpet, that is where they are going to be exiting. So obviously you want the tip jar right there, and then boom, you have done the first floor. Obviously, you want to make sure if you're placing chairs as filler space that you don't place tables, because you don't want customers sitting on this floor. And this should be the first floor done. And now we're going to be moving on to the second floor. Right, so once you're on your second floor, you're either going to need tiki tables. So, once you're on your second floor, you either want to use tiki tables or royal tables. Obviously, which one you can ever afford at the moment. They both do the same thing, but obviously the royal tables, they give you more. So, yeah, if you can't afford the royal tables, use tiki tables. You'll be able to find them in the shop. Then you want to come over to this side wall where your teleporter is, and then just move it over one like that, and place 1 table, and then place 2 table. And then there should be a gap right here, and that will be where your chair is, and then you go over 1, that will be where your other chair is. So place the table, and then you want to go forward just like that, and you want to move this one to the left, and then yeah, that is the first step. And then you want to rotate your table, and then have a gap right there, and place these 3 tables just like so. Once you've done that, you can do that. You don't have to add gumball machines, but I do believe that they add a lot. They do add money. So you want to place the gumball machines, but they want to face towards the tables, because that's where the chairs are going to be. But the reason you need to place the gumball machines first is because they can't be placed if there's something in front of them. And then once you've placed the gumball machines just like that, I believe, yeah, you can place 3 there as well. I've already placed a table, so yeah, just want to quickly remove that table, and then place the table back, and then you place the royal chairs or whatever normal chairs you've got in this little space. So yeah, just keep placing all the chairs just like that. And oh, my customers are coming in. I need to close my restaurant, but yeah, that is the first bit done. Right, so once you've gotten all your chairs and tables positioned like this, and you've got the gumball machines behind them, this is pretty much the first level done. But all you need to do now is just fill out all of this space, because as you can see, the waiters, for whatever reason, they sort of just hang around back here. But if you actually have all of this space covered, then the waiters can't actually get back here, and it just makes it way more efficient when all of the setups is actually done. So once you've done this table setup and placed all these gumball machines, you then just want to fill this entire space with whatever you've got. So, you know, you can use, I could use the red booths, or I could literally use tiki tables. It doesn't matter. I even use plants to just fill up all of this empty space. Right, now that I've covered this entire space with tables, as you can see, you'll notice that the waiters now, they actually just stay in the middle, and they can take orders from just being in the middle all the way over to this corner table here, and they don't have to be wandering around the edges because we've filled it all up. I've got a few waiters here, but that's just because they were there when I placed the tables, and I think they're glitched. But as soon as I reload my game, they will then be stacked with all of the other waiters here, and yeah, that way it's just way more efficient. This is sort of how it works. And then what you want to do is you want to do this layout on every single floor. Right, and let me show you how the bottom works as well. So yeah, as you can see, we filled it all out. Oh, apart from that one, apparently. Let's fill that in. Yeah, make sure everything's filled. And as you will probably notice, these VIP customers, look, they're following this designated path. and they're not wondering, because usually if you didn't have it filled, they would be wondering over here. They would be going, whoa, 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 where am I going? Where am I going? Then they would wander over here, which is like cutting off loads of seconds. But because we've filled it off, and this is literally the only way they can go, and it's the most efficient way, it is just working way more faster. We're not having many customers at the minute because I've only filled out one floor, but as soon as I fill out all of the other floors, we should be getting way more customers. And let's wait until a customer finishes eating, because this red spot here, as you can see, this is where the customers will be exiting. Okay, so here he goes. Here's the VIP customer, and boom, see, he disappears on that block instead of running all the way back here towards the door. So that's saving you an extra second as well. So you can see why this method is so efficient. But yeah, now I need to just do what I did on floor 2 on every other floor, which it does take a while, but it is worth it, because I mean, Captain Chillie's #1 with this method, so you already know it's amazing. So yeah, now I need to go to floor 3 and just build that again on every floor.